Home sweet home. Well, home's not quite as sweet when it looks like this and you owe more than your mortgage balance. It's also not quite so sweet if you get past due notices and they're foreclosing on you. In this short video, we're going to talk about 3 ways to stop foreclosure. The website is stopforeclosure3ways.com. And we're going to talk about them briefly here and then in depth on the website. Loan modifications are 1, mortgage replacements are 2, and short sales are 3. Let's start with loan modifications and why they are predicting 10 million plus this year. Reasons: big banks and little banks finally wake up and smell the coffee and realize it's cheaper to work with you, the homeowner, on modifying your existing loan than foreclosing. You see, the banks will be saving thousands of dollars by not foreclosing. They don't have to put money in reserves. When they do foreclose, they don't have to fix up and sell your home and pay a commission if they do a loan modification. They get better cash flow because guess what? You continue to pay. If you're in foreclosure, you don't pay. They won't even take your money. Additionally, on their balance sheet, it looks better for their borrowing. From your and my perspective as a homeowner, some of the advantages are a loan modification doesn't affect my credit. And the truth be known, you can get a better rate today with bad credit, not having made a mortgage payment, than you can if you have perfect credit, if you have someone doing this for you that knows what they're doing. You can stop the stress in your home, stop the dissension between husband and wife. You don't have to worry about pulling the kids out of school, where you're going to live, what you're going to tell the people at the church, and you have a payment you can live with that's permanent. Past due amounts can even be forgiven. Loan amounts, balances can be reduced. It can all happen. To learn the 22 most frequently asked questions, go to Loan Mods or Us. Here's a quick example. 7.8 was the original interest rate, dropped to 6 with the law firm that handled this case. Mortgage payments from $5,200 down to $4,100. It's $1,000 savings. $8,800 in past due amounts forgiven. The balance is paid off, the loan is paid off 3 years early for one simple reason. The new payment of $4,100 includes an $800 principal reduction. The $5,200 did not include a dime. To learn more, go to Loan Mods or Us. We have a network that we're affiliated with of 9 law firms that will evaluate your circumstances free. If they accept you as a client, they have a 97% success rate in getting your loan modified. If they can't, they give back your money, and that's in writing directly from you, directly from the law firm to you. We have weekly conference calls every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Central Time. Here's the phone number and login information. Or email me, or call me, do whatever you want to. The second method is something that no one's heard about. Not 1 out of 1,000 people even know what a mortgage replacement is. It's called America's Best Kept Secret. And who do we owe a debt of gratitude to? Good old Uncle Sam. You recognize some of these acts: truth in lending, fair debt credit, fair debt collection, fair credit reporting. All of these acts have dozens of laws in them that are federal laws that each bank is supposed to comply with. Guess what? There are 180 of them. Do the banks comply with them? Well, they're not audited for them. No one holds them accountable for them. Some of them are 2-3 decades old. So the answer is no. Most banks don't. How does the process work? Well, it starts with you, the homeowner, saying, you know what, let me give this a try. You, the homeowner, hire the company. Let's call them the company. The company then retains a law firm on your behalf. Law firm then goes to the bank and says, we've got a client wants to find out if you complied with these 180 laws. Prove it. Bank sends back to the law firm whatever they've got. Law firm looks at it and says, oops, 50 out of 180 they're in violation. Goes to the friendly federal judge. Says, federal judge, sir, this bank is they're in violation on 50 out of the 180 laws. Judge says, let me look at that. Gets the list, sends it to the Justice Department. Justice Department contacts the bank, same questions. Bank then sends back to the Justice Department whatever they've got, which is usually the same stuff they sent to the law firm. Justice Department verifies the violations, makes a list of them, gives them back to the judge. Judge goes to his playbook or rule book and says, okay, this one's a $5,000 fine. This one's a $15,000 fine. This is a $3,000 fine. This is a $50,000 fine. Goes through all of the violations and then says to the Justice Department, hey, let the bank know they're writing a check to the homeowner for $487,000. The bank then sends the check to you, the homeowner. You pay off your mortgage. Now, how much is the check going to be? Well, we have one, I mentioned, where there were 177 violations out of 180. The check was a $1.3 million. The guy only owed $400,000. So the way it works in that instance is the $400,000 loan is paid off by the homeowner. Homeowner sends back to the law firm the extra $900,000, which is how they make their money, and they make a bunch of money. You then have a new mortgage, a replaced mortgage, that's half the size of the original one at 2% for 40 years with no qualifying closing costs, mortgage insurance, and it's even assumable. Let's look at some real numbers. If your mortgage is $250 at 8%, your payments are $1,800. New mortgage would be $125 at 2%, under $400. It's a $1,400 monthly savings, or $17,000 a year. You have a slightly larger mortgage, let's say $400,000, 6.5% is not a bad rate. $2,500 your principal and interest. New mortgage after you pay off the first one with the bank's money, $200,000, 2%, $600 payment. It's $1,900 savings per month, or over $20,000 per year. Now, if you don't care for either of these methods, and there are some people just say, you know what, the hell with it, I just want to be done with this. I want to stop the foreclosure. I've resolved I'm going to lose the house. That's okay. Well, that's where short sales come in. The company I recommend doesn't charge anything. They stop the foreclosure immediately, almost always, because they make an offer immediately to the bank. The bank gets the offer and says, wow, call the law firm, stop the foreclosure. Let's look and see if we can make this deal work. That stops the foreclosure, usually. The realtor does what realtors do. They don't have to get involved in the short sale negotiations. They show houses and write offers. The other nice part for you, the homeowner, it will show as a satisfied debt on your credit rather than a foreclosure, and you get to stay in your home for months and months and months, and sometimes longer. Those are the three methods. Do something. Time works against you on these. Go to either Stop Foreclosure 3 Ways or Loan Mods or us or both, or call me or email me or join us on a conference call. If you go to Stop Foreclosure 3 Ways, you'll see this graph that I've made up so you can see the three methods I've just described side by side. Here's the contact information. It will also appear at the end of this video, so don't sweat it, but do something. Uncle Sam has 180 laws that the banks are simply not complying with. Let's hold them accountable for them being sloppy. Thank you for your time, and I pray that God blesses you and your family.